Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello friend, welcome to Entry App. My name is Akash Shukla and I teach you quantitative aptitude for all banking and insurance exams at Entry App. Guys, today I am here with another part of our series of IBPS Clerk previous year question paper. Guys, as you know, we have already started a series of IBPS Clerk previous year questions. If you didn't watch any of the videos so far, so please go and watch the video. Today I am here with another part of quantitative aptitude, guys. Yes, guys, we're gonna discuss quantitative aptitude questions. Okay, quantitative aptitude. So guys, today we're gonna discuss some more questions of quantitative aptitude, and those questions will be of previous year's questions of IBPS Clerk, guys. Basically, the main objective of teaching you the previous year questions or the studying previous year question is just to analyze the real pattern of the questions and the real difficulty level as well. So guys, let's start the video. Before discussing the question, guys, let me tell you, today we're gonna discuss some IBPS Clerk 2018 question, guys. Okay, so the question in front of your screen, and this question is of data interpretation, and from data interpretation this question from table graph, guys. Okay, table graph. Let's see how we can solve this, guys. The data is given in your table. There are 4% P, Q, R and S, and they are selling some items on different days of the week, and based on these data, you will have question 5 questions based on this. So each and every type of data interpretation you will have in the question paper, you will have 5 questions based on this. So first question, let's see how we can solve this. What was the ratio of items sold by P on Saturday? So guys, how many items sold by P on Saturday? Guys, 45 items. Okay, so 45 items were there. In the same way, how many items sold by Q on Sunday? So guys, on Sunday Q sold 55 items. So 55 items. So guys, this is gonna be your required ratio. Okay, this is gonna be your required ratio, and we can easily cut this by 5. 5 9 is a 45 and 5 11 is a 55. So guys, 9:11 will be your right answer. So guys, as far as IBPS Clerk is concerned, so for data interpretation kind of question, for most of the question, you do not need to pick pen and paper. So guys, just go with the method no pen and no paper. Okay, for most of the question, wherever you can, as much as you can, don't pick pen and paper, because if you pick pen and paper, then it will definitely gonna waste your time. So guys, this is the question, and the right answer of this question will be A. Okay, let's move to the next question. So this is the next question. Items sold by P on Tuesday. So guys, how many items sold by P on Tuesday? Obviously 35. Okay, 35 we can easily see here. So 35. So we just need to find 35 is how much percent of items sold by S on Sunday. So S on Sunday means 25. So guys, 35 is how much percent of 25? Obviously we need to multiply this by 100 to in order to determine the value in percentage. So guys, 25 fours are, and we know that 35 multiplied by 2 is what? 70, and 70 multiplied by 2 is what? 140. So this is how you can do the calculation. This is how you can multiply 35 and 4 as 140. So 140% will be your right answer, guys. Okay, so A will be your right answer again. So guys, I will repeat my words. For these kind of question, you do not need to pen and paper. So guys, let's move to the next question. So this is the next question, guys. What is the average of the items sold by P, Q and S on Monday, Tuesday and Saturday respectively? That means P on Monday. So P on Monday is 25. P on Monday is 25, and Q on Tuesday. Q on Tuesday is what, guys? 45, and your S on Saturday. Okay, your S on Saturday means 20. So guys, just add these number and divide by 3, because average is what? Average is nothing but sum of observation divided by the number of observation. Okay, sum of observation divided by the number of observation. I think you know very well about this. So 2 plus 4 is 8, plus 2 is what? 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, and 5 plus 5 is 10. So guys, 90 divided by 3, and this will be your 30. So guys, 30 will be your right answer. D will be your right answer. Okay, let's move to the next question, guys. So your next question will be, find the ratio. We need to find the ratio again. Find the ratio of the items sold by P on Saturday and Sunday. P on Saturday and Sunday, that means this one, 45 and 40. So guys, 45 plus 40, this will become what? This will become 85. Okay, 85. Two items sold by S on Monday and Tuesday. S on Monday and Tuesday, that means S on Monday 41 plus 39. So guys, 41 plus 39 will become 4 plus 3 is 7 and 9 plus 1 is what? 10. So 80. So guys, what will be the required ratio? So guys, required ratio will be 85 divided by 80, that means 5, 17 and 5, 16. So guys, 17 ratio 16 will be your right answer, guys. Okay, let's move to the next question. So this is the next question, guys. Q sold certain items of Wednesday. Okay, so guys, we don't have the data of the Wednesday, but in question some information is given with which we can find the data of Wednesday. Okay, data of Wednesday only. So guys, how we can find? Q sold certain items of Wednesday, which was 80% of total items sold by Q on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so we are talking about only Q. Q on which day? On Saturday and Sunday. That means 40 plus 55. This will be your what? 95. This will be 95. And 80% of 95, because obviously we need to find the 80% of this value according to the question. Okay, 80% of 95, how we can calculate, guys? We know the fraction value of 80% is what? 4 by 5. Okay, so 4 by 5 multiplied by 95, and this will become 19. 19 4 is 76 will be your right answer. So C will be your right answer, guys. Okay, C will be your right answer. Okay, guys. Okay, so we are done with the data interpretation question. So guys, what we saw here, basically based on the data interpretation question, you will have the question based on percentage. Okay, percentage, simple percentage and percentage comparison. Okay, percentage comparison and your average, your ratio. Okay, your ratio. So these are the most favorable questions come in under the category of data interpretation. So guys, data interpretation is not a separate topic in quantitative aptitude. It's just a combination of various topics like percentage comparison, average, ratio, and sometimes your profit and loss, time and work, also some kind of arithmetic based DI were also there. So we'll be discussing those also in the upcoming session. So guys, let's move to the next question. Okay, so this is gonna be your next question, guys. Simple interest. So this question from simple interest, and we all very know that SI, simple interest, is what? Nothing but PRT by 100, where P is what? P is principal, SI is simple interest, and R is the rate of interest, and T is a year. Okay, T is year. So guys, a sum becomes 5 times of itself. That means if there is a principal P, then after 5 years, then what is that? This is the value of T. After 5 years, this will become 5p. Okay, so if it will become 5p, guys, so what will be the rate of what will be the interest, guys? Obviously interest is nothing but this amount minus this amount. Okay, so this will be a 4p. So guys, you can put here 4p equals p multiplied by r is what we need to find the r, multiply by 5 divided by 100. So P2 cancel out, and guys 5, 20 and 20 multiplied by 4 is what? 80. So guys, R will be 80%. Okay, so your R will be 80%. B will be your right answer. Okay, the next question on your screen, guys, and this question from speed, time and distance, guys. Okay, speed, time and distance. A simple problem is there, and this question was there in IBPS Clerk 2018. Let's see how we can solve this. A passenger train is train that runs at a speed of 78 km per hour. Okay, so speed of the passenger train we are given with, leaves the station 8 hours after the good train left and overtakes it is in 5 hours. Okay guys, so we don't have the speed of good train, we need to find. So there are two type of train we have, guys. One is passenger train, obviously. Okay, passenger train, and another one is what? Good trains. Okay, good trains. Okay, so for say we have the we don't have the good train speed, so for say it is x kilometer per hour, and it is given as 78 kilometer per hour. So guys, passenger train leaves 8 hours after the good train. That means in 8 hours, how much distance good train will cover? We know that speed equals distance upon time. So distance equals what? Speed multiplied by time. and then distance will be what? Speed, that means x multiplied by 8. So this distance the good trains will cover, so 8x, and this will be equal to the relative speed, you know, the relative speed of passenger train and goods train multiplied by the time taken by the passenger train when it overtakes to good train, that is 5. Okay guys, so relative speed, we know the relative speed is what? Basically both are traveling in the same direction, then the relative speed will be of a difference of these two speeds. So guys, what will be the relative speed? 78. Obviously the passenger speed of the passenger train will be more than the speed of the good train, because it is overtaking the good trains. So guys, 78 minus x multiplied by 5 equals 8x. Okay, so 8x and 5x will become 13, x will be equal to 78. So guys, x will be what? X will be 78 multiplied by 5. Okay, so x will be 13, 6 ja, x will be 30 kilometer per hour. So guys, your 30 kilometer per hour will be right answer, B will be your right answer. Okay guys, so your approach must be simple, your approach must be stepwise in order to solve the question very quickly and without any mistake. Okay, so guys, the next question is here on your screen. Guys, this question from average, and we all know average is what? Average is nothing but sum of the observation divided by the total number of observation. Very simple formula. But why questions are framed in the banking exam? Guys, you know the questions coming from the average in the banking exam take some time to solve. That's why banking the examiner asks these type of question. So guys, in a class of 40 students, okay, so there is class of 40 students in which obviously boys and girls will be there in the class, and boys are 4 more than the girls. If the girls is x, then boys will be x plus 4, and if you're gonna add this, 2x plus 4 equals 40, that means 2x will be 36. So guys, x will be what? 18. If x is 18, then the number of girls will be 18, number of boys will be 22. Okay, so far so clear guys. So guys, the average weight of the entire class is 48.4. okay, so that means total weight we can find from here. Total weight will be what guys? Total weight will be 48.4 multiplied by 40, that means 484 multiplied by 40. Okay, and this 484 will create a difficulty for you. But how you can get rid of this guys? You can write this 11 multiplied by 44 multiplied by 40. Okay, why I wrote this 44 as 11 multiplied by 44? So I'm gonna tell you in the next line. So guys, in the next line is what? If the average weight of the girl is 44 kg. Okay guys, so here is the 44. That's why I divided this 44 as the multiple of 44. So guys, if the average weight of girls is 44, okay, then total weight of girls will be what guys? Obviously it is 44 multiplied by number of girls, that we have 18. Okay, so guys, obviously here 4 not will here 0 will not be there. Okay, 0 will not be there, because here is what? 48.4 equals 40. So it will become 484 multiplied by 4, 11 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. Okay, so guys, we have what we have. We need to find the average weight of boys. So guys, total weight of the class, total weight of class will be equal what? Total weight of boys, okay, plus total weight of girls. Okay, it's very obvious. Okay, there is no any rocket science in that. So guys, total weight of class is what guys? 11 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4, and total weight of boys we do not know guys. Average weight of the boys we need to find. If the average weight of the boys is x and the number of boys we have 22, so the total weight will be what? 22 multiplied by x, plus total weight of girls we have 44 multiplied by 18. Now you just need to do the calculation. Okay, so this will become minus, and this will go here at 11 multiplied by 44 minus 18. Okay, multiply by 44 multiplied by 18 equals 44 equals x multiplied by 22. Okay guys, so this will be what? This will be your 26. Okay, yeah, 26 multiplied by 44 equals x multiplied by 22. So 22 to the 44 and x equals 52 guys. Okay, x equals 52 kg, and 52 kg will be a right answer. So guys, you just do not need to do anything. You just need to go with the stepwise approach. You just need to take care of one thing. If there are only boys and girls in the class, then total weight of the boys, this type of question comes every year in the banking exam, guys. Total weight of class, equals total weight of boys plus total weight of girls. This is the only funda you need to adapt here. And guys, very well, if the average is sum of observation divided by the total number of observation, then the total weight will be what? Total weight of boys will be what? The average weight of the boys multiplied by the number of boys, obviously. Similarly, you can find the total weight of girls as well, and you can find the total weight of class as well. Then you just need to compare both of the things. Okay, let's move to the next question now. Okay, so the question from, guys, is speed, time and distance, and from speed, time and distance, this question from boats and stream segments. Okay, let's see how we can solve this. Basically, the sum of boat in upstream, sum of the speed of the boat in upstream, for say it is SU. For me, I am taking it as SU, and in downstream I am taking it as SD. So guys, SU plus SD is what we are given with 36 km/h. Okay, and very well, SU is what? Speed of boat plus minus speed of current. Okay, so let me write it clearly, guys. We know what upstream speed is what, guys? Speed of boat minus speed of current, and downstream speed is what? Speed of boat plus speed of current, and this is equal to 36. And guys, this will be cancelling out, and 2SB equals 36. So guys, we have now speed of boat as 18 km/h. Speed of boat we have, and speed of current in the question is given as SC equals 3 km/h. So guys, both of the speed we have, and we can easily determine upstream speed, which is what? Speed of boat minus speed of current, which is 18 minus 3 means 15 km/h. In the same way, you can find the downstream speed. Okay, so upstream speed we have, and guys, we need to find the time taken to cover the 52.5 km upstream. Okay, 52.5 kilometers. So guys, distance we have 52.5 kilometer, and speed we have 15 km/h. We can easily find out the time. Time is what, guys? We know speed equals distance upon time. So time is what? Distance upon speed. So guys, distance is what we have, 52.5. So guys, in order to get rid of this point, this decimal, what you need to do? You just need to multiply this by 2. Okay, so if you're gonna multiply this by 2, you will have 105, and you need to divide this by 2 also, guys. Okay, so 2 will be here, multiply by 15. Okay, guys, so 5 3 are 15, and here will be 5 21. Okay, so 3 7 are 21. That means 7/2 will be your right answer, but in the option it is given in decimal, so this will be 3.5 r. 3.5 r will be your right answer. So guys, this is all about the video. You just need to take care of the simple approach. Okay, simple approach and the step-wise approach. So let me erase this point. So guys, what I am telling you, simple approach, okay, and what I am telling you, see, stepwise approach. Okay, stepwise approach. Okay, obviously wherever you can apply the short tricks, and whatever you want to say, short methods, okay, shortcuts, whatever you say, you need to apply. But guys, simple approach and the stepwise approach, you just need to take care of these two things, because if you go with the stepwise approach, then you will definitely not gonna stuck anywhere in finding the solution of the question. Okay guys, so guys, this is all about the video. Best of luck for your exam, and keep going, guys. Keep going with your preparation. Thank you very much.